What's up, everyone? This is your host, Sean Johnson, creator of Bench Miner Hockey, and welcome to episode number 39 of the Bench Miner Podcast. This is the hockey podcast that covers all things single A hockey. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out. As always, our co-host, Derek Overton, back in the...
What up, people?
I was waiting for you to do something crazy, because every episode you do something wild.
I'm on edge right now.
Yeah, we had Rudabush on last week, so every time we said dog, he goes, oh, 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 oh. So we got to come up with something for Huntsville, because we have Colan Fitzgerald on from Huntsville Havoc.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Of course. So just off air, we were just talking about how things might get rowdy over at the household because we're watching The Bachelor.
Yeah.
So big night over there.
If you hear some screams, it's the teammates are watching Bachelor and WWE. So it's I don't know what's going on out there. They're doing drafts and stuff for the Bachelor. I've never watched it before. I sat down for like 20 minutes. Like, I don't know if I could watch this. So yeah, if you hear any screams, that's what's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely not the WWE fans. It's definitely the Bachelor fans that are going crazy over there.
100%.
Right. So we're actually going to give you the floor for a minute. If you want, just tell us a little bit about yourself, about your hockey journey, things like that.
For sure. I grew up initially playing hockey in Michigan. Moved to Chicago, Illinois. Anyone who says they're from Chicago is not actually from Chicago, but it's a suburb of Chicago. And I got into hockey just from my older brothers playing. And initially, I mean, from the start, it was playing, minor pro one day was never really a thought of mine. I think I owe a big deal of that to COVID happening, actually. So I just, I grew up playing AA, AAA hockey. From there, I just played high school hockey, varsity hockey, all 4 years. And then just going to college to get a good degree. Wasn't really looking to continue playing hockey or anything. And went to Indiana University, and they have a ACHA club hockey team there. They have two teams there, a Division II, Division III team. And, I figured, well, I'm getting my finance degree. I'll play hockey on the side, love the game, might as well. And my senior year comes and gets shut down because of COVID. So I was like, I'm not ready to hang up the skates. Like I love this game too much. And I looked into, where I could keep playing. Initially, I was looking at going overseas, like, where was it? It was Sweden, and I forget the other one, but I'm like I like being home, and I think leaving the country for me would have been a lot, especially like a first year pro kind of deal. Like that just, I don't think that would work for me. So I started exploring some other ideas and found the FPHL and the SPHL, and saw that there were some free agent camps coming up for different teams. Just so happened that one of those free agent camps, Watertown Wolves, Binghamton Black Bears, was happening basically right in my backyard, the Edge Ice Arena. So I was like, oh, $200, give it a shot. I'll regret it if I don't. And ended up getting a professional tryout, PTO from Binghamton out of there. And then a week later, I was like, well, I'll give the SPHL a rip. There's a Vermilion County. It was their first year in the league. And we know what happened to them, but
we'll fill Derek in on that story later.
That's a whole nother podcast in and of itself. But
that it is. We're gonna need a few episodes for that.
Right. So I that was happening in Fishers, Indiana. Hop, skip, and a jump for me. So I was like, I'll give that a rip too. They ended up giving me a PTO, but their whole thing was, if you don't get vaccinated for COVID, we can't let you come to camp. I wasn't planning on getting vaccinated. Binghamton was like, we'll let you come, just get tested each week, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, I'll go to Binghamton and try to work my way up the ladder. And ended up playing the inaugural season there. That was 2 years ago now. 3 years ago? Technically 2 years ago, I guess. And from there, it was that got my first pro year under my belt. And then I was looking to go, obviously climb that ladder as much as I could. So I ended up getting a PTO with Birmingham in the SPHL, Birmingham Bulls. I was there for probably, I was there a whole camp, and then maybe like a month into the season, I think right around first week of November. I'd only played one game. I was getting healthy scratched. I wasn't really, I was mostly just a practice player at that point. So I just pretty much asked for my release because I was like, I'd rather just go back to Binghamton and work on my game and try to, get back to the SPHL the next year, which is where I found myself now. I ended up signing a contract in the off season with the Huntsville Havoc after basically playing 2 years with the Black Bears. And yeah, everything's been going good, but I broke my thumb this past weekend or 2 weekends ago. So
right, yeah. I was just about to say that. I was like, I know you're on the IR, but I didn't know why, and I didn't know if I could ask about your injury. So clearly, we know what it is now.
Yeah, we anyone who was watching, we actually had 5 games in a row against Peoria, and 2 of them were at home, and 3 of them were at their place, and it was an absolute bloodbath at their place. And it was like it was straight out of Slapshot. It was ridiculous what went on there, but I ended up getting slashed pretty good on the Sunday game, the final game there, and it ended up breaking my thumb. But yeah, they think just 4 weeks and should be back in the lineup. So it sucks, but I guess it could be worse.
Right, gotcha. So they do like 15-day IRs in the SP, right? Something like that.
I think they have me on the 14, but then they can like extend it to 30 from there.
Okay. So if you get extended, do you have to stay off the roster for those 30 days, regardless if you're ready to come back or not?
Yeah, you'll have to stay off for the exact number of days, even if you're ready sooner.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good that you get a chance to, actually heal, but at the same time, I'm sure it's kind of tough watching your teammates battle it out while you're kind of sitting there on the sideline. It's like Birmingham all over again, probably.
Yeah, exactly. It's it was kind of bittersweet. Last we played at home on Saturday against the Dogs, and they ended up.
Come on, Derek, get on it.
I was there.
They ended up getting the better of us in overtime, but it was I just sat in the crowd and had fans coming up to me and signing and taking pictures, and I hadn't really interacted much with the fans here. I interacted a lot with the Binghamton fans, but yeah, it was kind of like it's cool that you get to talk to them and they think that you're like an NHLer, and then the other part of it sucks because your boys are out there battling, you're not out there with them.
Right. So we'll get to Binghamton and we'll get to Huntsville in just a minute. Derek actually has a question about Indiana University there.
The question is, who's your daddy?
Oh man.
Yeah, that.
I'm actually also dealing with a little bit of injury myself right now. I took a Buzz Lightyear directly to the kneecap a couple weeks ago, and she's been lingering. I've been on the IR myself, but
I knew that was going to come up too. Oh, we talked about this earlier, so
gotcha. That's funny you say that though, because that chirp that did get thrown around when I was playing at Indiana. That like the other teams would be like, "What even is a Hoosier?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what to tell you."
It's real if someone who actually went there still doesn't know what a Hoosier is.
I've heard a couple stories of what it might be, but I don't know. Nobody knows.
No one knows. Yeah, nobody knows the real thing.
Whatever. Larry Bird went there, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Oh man. Well, that answers my question about Indiana. That's all I got. No, I'm just messing. On a serious note, though, what kind of drew you to Indiana University? Was it kind of like location since it was close to home for you?
Yeah, it was close to home. Both my older brothers they majored in finance, so I kind of was just going to follow that route and go business school. And Indiana was supposed to have, so they say, like one of the better business schools. But yeah, initially I really wanted to go to University of Michigan. That was where my oldest brother went, and he got like the pre-directed mid into business school, which is like, I guess, really good. And then when I tried my hand at it, I didn't get in, but I got the pre-admit to the Indiana Business School. So that was kind of like, well, we'll just we'll go that route. And I mean, there's definitely pros and cons of both the schools, but I wouldn't change it. I had pretty good experience.
So you did complete your degree, correct, from Indiana?
Yeah, yep.
Impressive. I mean, it's a I was telling Derek earlier, prestigious school. So
Yeah,
congratulations on that.
yeah. My parents were big
Oh,
on
yeah.
getting school done, and that's why they're so supportive of me just going after this hockey thing now, because it's, I'm young, I got my degree, and what's nothing really to lose, all everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Right. I want to ask real quick about Huntsville. So I kind of seen that Huntsville kind of took a page out of the Vegas Golden Knights book with the glow in the dark jersey. Like, how cool was that?
That was something else, because we're getting dressed, and like our coach talks to us before the game, and then one of the front office members comes in and like, before you go out of the tunnel, like, we're gonna have to charge you guys up. And we're all like, what are you talking about? And so
Get the blue light out and just scan everyone.
exactly,
Yeah.
there's like probably 6 different front office members with like these lights, and they're walking around trying to charge us. They got lights set up on pedestals, and our fans can like stand right there before we go out of the tunnel, so they're right there watching this. It was funny,
What
but
is going on here?
yeah, exactly. It looked like they were doing checks, like we had something hiding in our gear.
Right.
But it was unreal once we got out there. I think I was behind number 4, Alex Kilchewski, and it was just like I'm watching his jersey light up as I'm coming out behind him, and I don't know, they do an unreal job there in Huntsville. All the stuff they do, it's unreal there. It's but definitely like way too good for the SPHL. It's above and beyond.
Yeah, there's some people talking about how they belong in the ECHL, but I don't know, man. They're making the SP look good.
Yeah. It's I think it would cost them more money to go to the coast too. So they like right where they're at.
Oh, exactly. Especially with all these sellouts they've been doing. Like, what are they on? 3, maybe 4 in a row now? Something like that?
Yeah, it's
or at least 3.
Even when they don't sell out, it looks like a sellout crowd every night. They're getting close to 6,000 on a consistent basis.
Wow.
It's
That's
unreal.
impressive.
Right. So for like a
Stuff.
second year guy like yourself, well, I shouldn't say second year, but newly pro, you're in Huntsville for the first time this year. What is it like to play in front of 6,000 fans? That's got to be crazy.
Yeah, it's I will say I feel like Binghamton prepared me well. That was basically an AHL caliber rink there, and the fans were definitely came out and supported. I think we were around like 4,000 a night there, but to be honest, it's gotten to a point where like you don't really like feel it anymore. Like you kind of just like, oh, it's another hockey game, and especially because they're packing it every night, so you're like, oh, it's just, here we go again. This is another home game, and the whole city's here, so it hasn't been too like nerve wracking or anything for me.
Right on. That's good. I mean, I'm sure the first couple times you're kind of like in, I won't say shell shocked, but kind of shell shocked. But now it's just like, my job to go out there and play hockey. It doesn't matter how many fans are watching me now.
Yeah, they do this sick thing in the third period when we're coming out for the third, where all the lights are off and everyone like turns on their phone flashlights, and there's a like some techno song playing. That's pretty electric when that happens.
Maybe they better
That'll
start
get
that
you
first, get the boys going.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool, though.
They might have to.
That is.
Well, I haven't heard anything yet, so apparently Bachelor's pretty boring tonight, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe they've been pausing The Bachelor and then like drafting like prospects. I don't know how it goes. I don't know how the show works.
I don't know. I've never seen it, but
Yeah,
Me either. Sounds like a very interesting show, though. I might have to look into it. There's a draft involved. I'm a sucker for a good draft.
yeah. I heard there was
we
a
love
snake
drafts.
draft getting set up. So
There we go.
shoot, you ever seen those videos where those guys will draft, like they'll blind draft random things?
no.
So like they'd be like, oh, we're gonna blind draft food, and then they'll be like, pumpkin pie. Where do you rank this 1 through 5? But you don't know what's next, and I'll be like, oh, well, me, that's number 1. I love pumpkin pie, but
And then you get screwed at the end when there's like a really good thing and you got to put it at like 10.
Exactly. Yeah, and then they'll be like, oh, like a steak from Del Frisco's. I'm like, fuck, now it's at 5. God damn it. So yeah, those are pretty funny and entertaining to watch. I just chose food. They have like Disney movies and like random stuff. So I'll look it up and I'll send it to you. It's hilarious.
We'll do one on the podcast one time.
Yeah, we'll do a blind ranking for sure. Are you a big movie guy at all? I know you're talking about TV here.
I'm
Big movie guy?
a little bit. Definitely the guys I'm rooming with this year are showing me a lot of movies. We got Godfather is the next series that we're gonna watch. We just got done with all of like the Conjuring universe movies, so those were pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed those.
That's some good team bonding stuff right there.
Yeah. There's
Especially like movies like that go in series with some length, so you know you're spending time with them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's been the theme is trying to find some good series that we can watch, and especially now since I can't even play Xbox with this hand, so lots of movies and TV shows for sure.
Right. I asked about the movies because earlier today I seen that Timu Solane and Brett Holt are actually going to make their acting debuts in a movie called Minor Leaguers this year. Have you seen the trailer to that?
No, I'll have to check that out.
You guys got to look it up. It looks hilarious.
That's sick.
That's interesting stuff.
Yeah, I was a big Paul Correa guy, so when they mentioned Timu Solane, I was like, all right, I'm in. And of course, come on, Brett Hull. You can't not love Brett Hull. He's just a character.
Yeah, he's a damn good hockey player too, that's for sure.
Got that going for him too, yeah.
He's got that going for him.
I'm surprised he didn't reach out to me. I would have loved to star in the movie. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, you got a month to film. Come on. We actually got some fan questions here for you.
All right.
You ready for this, Derek? I didn't even tell you about this.
No, I'm surprised. I'm ready, though. I'm always ready.
All right, let's go. All right, number 1. Besides Huntsville, what is your favorite arena to play in? I'm assuming they're asking SPHL arena.
I'd go Birmingham Bulls. It's kind of a smaller barn, but they get pretty good crowds, especially when they play us. But I don't know, something about that place. It's just always a good game happens when we play them there. And I don't know, it's kind of like process of elimination. Like Roanoke, it's when you go there, it's a war. When Peoria, obviously, it was a war. So I'm definitely not picking those ranks, but yeah, I'd say Birmingham it's pretty fun there. Also, a quick story that I when I played ACHA club at Indiana, we actually drove down my freshman year to play Alabama's club team, and we played at that that rink in Pelham, Alabama, there where Birmingham plays. And I had at that point, I'm a freshman in college, had no idea that one day I'd be playing at that same rink and being in the
small
SPHL.
world, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who knew? Club hockey in college, travel basically across the United States at that point, right? I mean, all the way down to Alabama from Indiana, and same rink. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And what you're just saying, I'm actually surprised that you chose, Peoria as one of your favorite places to go. If I got my hand slashed and broken, I would hate that place.
It's I mean, they're fans there in Roanoke. Like it turns into like a Roman Coliseum type feeling, kind of like Danbury was in the Fed. So those are the kinds of games you really
been
get
that
up
way
for.
Too. That's true. All right, number 2. Well, this goes off the first one. What's your least favorite place to play?
I'd probably say Evans.
And again, this is no disrespect toward any fan base or any team. These are just
for sure,
nothing like that.
I'd go Evansville Thunderbolts. Just we do a day trip to them. That's kind of what sucks about it. But they just don't get fans. It's the rink is sick. It's I think it's called like the Ford Center there, and
they call it the Fortress.
Yeah, it's if they got like a little bigger draw, I think it would be a lot more fun to play there. But it's pretty quiet when you're playing. You got to really create your own energy there. So it's
Right.
It's not the greatest.
I will say though, their Education Day games are like massive turnouts.
Really?
Like those are super successful for Evansville. Oh yeah.
I think they just start busting in kids at that point, right?
Right. I would make every day Education Day at that point. You gonna learn today, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. All right, we got here number 3. Which team is your favorite and least favorite to play against? I probably got Peoria as your least favorite now, right?
Yeah, Peoria least favorite for sure. They're when you play them at home, when you play them at their rink, when you play them at your rink, they're a little more tame. So, but the way things are shaping up right now, we're might be playing them in first round of playoffs. So we'll see what happens.
Oh gosh.
Hey, you better keep your other hand to yourself.
Yeah, right. Favorite team to play against? I feel like I'd go probably Roanoke. I know a good amount of the guys on the team, so it's always fun to like compete against guys you know, and when you win, it's great. But yeah, Roanoke, Birmingham's fun too. Just really good teams that it's always going to be a good game when we play each other. But yeah, I feel like I could go either way there, Roanoke or Birmingham.
Right on. And I don't really feel like there's like how every year there's like a bad team in every league. Like this year, I don't feel like there's like a bad team in the SP. Like we're kind of looking at Quad City, like maybe that's the group this year. But I mean, they've shown that they'd be tough to play. So I mean,
yeah.
I don't really think there's a bad team in the SP this year.
Yeah, I think I was looking at the standings today in our locker room. Like Macon's down there with Knoxville, like pretty much neck and neck for 10th and 9th.
Right.
But
I wasn't even really directing like the standings per se.
Yeah,
the mental toughness. Just there's no team that will just, even if they're down by 3, whether that be Macon or Knoxville, they don't give up on any play.
Yeah.
They keep playing until the end. So every team this year is a warrior
for sure. Yeah, I think Macon actually almost beat Birmingham the other day or something like that. So yeah, it's every night. It's you gotta show up and be ready to go.
100%. Number 4, how would you rank or rate the talent level of Fed versus SP? Like, how do they compare?
That's a good question.
Talent-wise.
I'd say just like the style of play in the SP is a lot different. It's like way more systems based, whereas Fed is just like run and gun, full offense. You're seeing these games that are like 8-6 final scores. But like specifically skill wise, I don't think the leagues are that too far off from each other. I think they're very similar. Like specifically, if you just put, like grabbed a guy from the Fed and compared him to a guy in the SP, I don't think the skill sets are that much different. It might be a little bit faster here, but yeah, I don't think the leagues are that too far off from each other.
Well, that's good to know, because I know every year there's a big debate, like, oh, which was better, Fed or SP? And, I'm not playing, so this is just my unbiased opinion. When I watch an SP game and when I watch a Fed game, I feel like exactly what you just said. Talent-wise, I see Fed players go up to the SP all the time. I see SP players come down to the Fed all the time. Talent-wise, I think they're very similar, but like you just said, a lot of high-powered offense in the Fed, a lot of systematic, I want to say players, but maybe coaching styles in the SP, where it's a little bit, I want to say more slower, but more conservative.
For sure,
Much more defense, I'll promise you that. Yeah. A lot less shots on goal, too.
Yeah. I think the biggest difference is, because people will then say, like, oh, why don't you go back to Binghamton and play in the Fed? Nobody's really getting called up to the coast from these Fed teams. I mean, yeah, you got your there's a few that are here and there, but mostly it's these coast teams are pulling from the SP. So that's an unfortunate stigma that surrounds the Fed. But yeah, I don't think the leagues are that far off from each other.
You're not wrong, but the Fed did have a East Coast call up this week. So, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
There's that. that was a different circumstance.
yeah,
Though. We're talking
yeah.
about Danny Lansbury here.
Coming
but,
in to fight. Yep.
That's one guy I would not want to drop the gloves with.
No, he's yeah.
Which actually leads me to the next question. One fan wants to know, what is one player in the SP that you would not want to drop the gloves with? That's ironic. I kind of just come up with that with the top of my head, and then I forgot I wrote it. So that was actually a question from a fan. So.
I mean, I'm not a fighter. If I'll fight if I have to, but
He's a lover. He watches The Bachelor. Come on,
yeah,
people.
there you go. I'd probably hag him in on Peoria. And I'll go with. I feel like I've been saying Peoria a lot, so we'll go with what's his name? He's on Evansville. Hobbs on Evansville.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
He's a tough son of a gun too.
We'll go with Hobbs.
Well, we know you can't drop the gloves right now anyway, because
Yeah.
I don't even think you can put a glove on, so
Yeah.
we don't got to worry about that right now.
Yeah, that'd be a big time suspension.
Oh, goodness. All right, and last fan question I have here for you. This must be from a Binghamton fan, but what do you miss most about Binghamton?
I'd say the fans the most. I know that's probably an easy answer, but they weren't just like your run of the mill fans that come up to show up to the games and like want to see a fight or just there but don't know what's going on. They really kind of like understood hockey, and I think that's a testament to Binghamton past with hockey, like all those teams they've had before. The people actually know like what's going on, and like they wanted us to win. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, let's see someone rip someone else's head off. And I
Right.
appreciate that as a player, because you're going out there every night and putting your body on the line. And when you're a small sized defenseman like me, there's things that I do that the normal hockey fan wouldn't really see, that I contribute. So in Binghamton, it was really, really cool to, feel that love for my play style, and like the fans actually really cared about me. So definitely the fans.
100%. Yeah, that city had AHL in it for so long. Binghamton is a hockey city. It doesn't even matter what level plays there, to be honest with you. But super stoked when I heard the news that Binghamton was going to be a Fed city. I was like, oh my god, like how is it even possible?
Yeah.
Like I legit did not think that was possible for a city of that caliber to be in the Fed.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing it more often, even like Columbus. Winston-Salem, I'm like, okay. But, I mean, now you're getting these bigger cities, these bigger arenas, and now we got Baton Rouge. Is that how we say it, Derek?
Yeah, that's how we say it. That's how it's done. With the Cajun crawdads and the gumbo.
Yeah, that jambalaya and
all of it. I dream about it.
we had MJ Graham from Baton Rouge on a couple weeks ago, so this is all the stuff we kind of talked about, and he left a lasting impression.
That's how he called it.
He said Baton Rouge. It's that French Canadian accent I think he's got going on there.
I thought it was pretty impressive myself.
Oh, very impressive. You can't even say the word Baton Rouge anymore. You have to say Baton Rouge.
You can't say it normal no more. That's the way it's got to be said now. No ifs, ands, or buts.
This is not related to you, Colin, but speaking of Binghamton, Derek and I and Nick, who edits all of our videos, thank you, Nick, we will all actually be in Binghamton this Saturday night, 27th. Elmira River Sharks are in town to take on your Binghamton Black Bears. So if you guys see us there, come up, say hello, introduce yourself.
100%.
Speaking of that, I got to show you guys something real quick. I'm hopping off real quick. Bear with me just a second. You guys got to see this.
What a guy. What a guy. Don't have his props ready? What kind of crap is this?
Thinking of a million things you could come back with.
I am excited. I am excited. I know I posted a teaser, but we just got this.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, the bench minor jersey here
we got
and
the
proud.
threads, boys. These McDonald's colors making me hungry.
You got that in an extra medium.
Medium for sure.
I'm gonna
But
need
no.
an extra medium, I think.
I will be sporting this bench minor jersey at the game this weekend. So if you see it, come say what's up. I'm pretty excited about that. I got
That's
22
pretty
put
cool.
on because, 22 is bench minor's inaugural season. So the first one had to be number 22. I know Tyler Jurich probably thinks it's because of him, but it's not. So, Colin, any other final closing remarks before we hop off here? Anything you want to say to Benchminer followers or Binghamton Black Bear fans or Huntsville Havoc fans?
Just to any like young hockey players out there, I know like when I was younger, I never really thought about playing pro one day, and here I am. Just kind of like don't get discouraged along your path. I know it's kind of cliche, but there's a lot of people out there that'll will try to bring you down and keep you from doing what you want to do, and it could even be the head coach of your team you're on right now, and just try not to let that ruin your love for the game, because I've seen it happen, and it sucks when it happens to guys that have so much potential, and it's unfortunate. So yeah, just like I said, it's cliche, but don't really care about what other people think, and the hockey community it's a really good community. So keep playing as long as you want to keep playing, and don't let anyone stop you.
Nicely said. Nicely said. I will say, typically when I give, a player or a guest, coach, whatever, the floor for the final closings, it's not typically a nice message like that. So it was nice to hear something different, and nice to hear, you speaking to the younger generation, because they're up next. They're on deck.
They're the future.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Future podcasters.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm about to retire, so y'all boys can take it. But that's honestly why we're all here. We all love the game in some way, shape, or form. You're on the ice. You're doing your job. I'm just, I don't know what I am. I'm just here. I'm a mediator. I'm a fan. I support the players. You know what I mean? We're just trying to grow the game any way we can, any way we know how.
Yeah.
I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
It's all about.
Boom. Hit them with it.
That's right. I thought you were going to take it away, Derek. I thought you were going to come in with the vocals.
I should have went to the G to the O to the O to the D to the T to the I to the M to the E, but
Oh, man. Well, anyways, Colin, really appreciate you coming on, boss. It was an honor to have you.
Absolutely.
Love having guests from the SP, and especially Huntsville. Huntsville's awesome. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
Birmingham fans probably don't agree with me, but whatever.
No, it's a good spot here for sure. I think one of the best in the SP, definitely.
It's the spot to be in the SP.
That's what I've heard.
I didn't say that, but
calling it Hunts Vegas, so it's got to be good.
Hunts Vegas, that's right. Especially those jerseys now too.
Yep.
It's funny because I've heard a few people mention Hunts Vegas. Shout out Trevor Krasowicz and Billy McCreary. But anyway, it's just kind of funny how it's always been called Hunts Vegas, and then all of a sudden they come out with the jerseys. So literally Hunts Vegas.
They're a mixture.
Right. Well, anyways, we're going to wrap this up. Next week, we're going to do our makeup podcast from a couple weeks ago. Greg Hussey from where, Derek?
Baton Rouge.
Greg Hussey's in the house next week. As long as there's no thunderstorms or sicknesses, we should be okay.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I'm still sick. I'm still trying to get over it. But
you've been sick the whole freaking winter, bud.
Dude, I've been... Yeah. Why did I move from North Carolina to New York is beyond me. But whatever. We'll get through it. We'll have Greg Hussey on next week. And this Saturday, Binghamton. We'll see you guys. Colin, best of luck in your recovery, buddy. Get that hand healed so you can get back out on the ice and take care of Peoria.
Will do.
Dodge them slashes.
That's right.
Thanks,
all right,
guys.
boys. I'll talk to you later.